Next guest was burned so badly that she wasn't able to close her eyes or her mouth for an entire year. Imagine that. In Afghanistan, 9-year-old Zubaydah Hassan was trying to light the family stove, but when she poured the kerosene in, it burst into flames, setting her on fire. Zubaydah was scarred beyond recognition. Her flesh melted in the intense heat, leaving her arm glued to the side of her body and her face fused grotesquely to her chest. Local medical care was primitive and painful. Her father, Muhammad, was told to take his daughter home to die. But Muhammad wouldn't give up. Taking a chance, he brought his daughter to doctors at the American Army base in Kabul. Military doctors don't usually get involved in civilian cases. Incredibly, though, they made an exception for Zubaydah. A few months later, the little girl living in an Afghan refugee camp was on her first plane ride to the United States.
I'm Peter Grossman. How are you?
Dr. Peter Grossman heard Zubaydah's story from his brother-in-law in the State Department, and he wanted to help.
I'm a surgeon, and I will be one of the doctors who will be operating on Zubaydah to help her move her neck better and to move her arm better. Before she leaves here, I plan on getting her arms free and her neck free. She's going to dance and play and smile, and everything's going to be good.
Her skin was pulled down so tightly she couldn't close her mouth. She could barely close her eyes, and she could not raise her injured arm. Behind the mask was an incredible little girl full of spirit and the will to survive. Well, the little girl who'd been given up for dead was now in the hands of angels who were determined to give Zubaydah back her smile. Look. Zubaydah has made an incredible transformation, bravely enduring 11 surgeries over this past year, with more still to come. There have been skin grafts.
The reason we're taking from here is because we have such a large area to cover, and this gives us a large area to take from.
And steroid injections.
What we're doing right now is injecting her raised scars with steroids to try to soften and flatten some of these raised areas without having to do any more invasive surgery.
It's incredible how strong this little girl is. Not only is she coping with major medical procedures, she's adapting to life thousands of miles from her family.
Very good.
When it looked as if she would have to return to Afghanistan before she completed her treatment, Dr. Grossman and his wife Rebecca once again saved the day and welcomed her into their California home. Both of the Grossmans have developed a special bond with this courageous little girl.
When you go home tomorrow, you know shit.
The child who'd never been to school learned to speak English in 12 weeks. Now that is incredible.
Come on, give her a big
For the first time, she's enrolled in elementary school where she is making new friends.
Give us a big smile.
Before her surgery, she could barely speak. Now she loves to sing and play the guitar, and just as the doctor promised, she can dance again. In a few weeks, she faces a bittersweet transition.
Go for it.
She'll leave America to rejoin her 8 brothers and sisters in Afghanistan. The Grossmans say their door will be open for her return if she wants to come back. Zubaydah says someday, when she grows up, she wants to be a pediatrician and help rebuild her war-torn country. Now, that would be incredible. Please welcome Zubaydah to the show. You're a miracle girl. Do you know that? You're a miracle girl. So this is Zubaydah's surgeon, Dr. Grossman, and his wife, Rebecca. They took Zubaydah in so that she could stay in America to finish her surgeries. And you have been quoted as saying that this was the greatest disfigurement you'd ever seen.
Certainly one of the most grotesque appearances that we could see. And it's really been remarkable how she has struggled through all of this, both physically and emotionally.
And how is your English?
My English good.
It's very good. Very good. And through it all, she managed to keep her spirit up, right?
She's a very stoic young girl, and she's very tough, a great sense of humor, and little prankster, too. She's a lot of fun.
So how do you feel? You're going back home to Afghanistan this summer?
Yes.
To see your family?
Yes.
Yeah. Will you be sad to leave?
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be sad to leave, but happy to see your family. So it's a bittersweet journey. Yes, yes. Well, you look lovely. You just look lovely. Thank you so much. Amazing. Thank you, Zubaydah. Thank you, Dr. and Mrs. Grossman. Coming up, their condition.